Hey everybody, welcome back. Tough Stuff YouTube site. I'm your host, TUF-KEVLAR, and what I'm doing today is I'm going to show you a little bit about the graphics settings that could help you in getting more frames per second, which will probably improve your gameplay. So I'm going to scroll through, and you can pause the video at any point and see where I'm at. I want to emphasize that the settings that I have here are my preferences, at least the initial ones. Show blood, I think it adds to the game. Crosshair, it's a necessity. Hit markers makes it a lot more enjoyable because I know that I'm at least getting some feedback that the shots that I'm taking are I'm getting an acknowledgement that what I'm doing is actually doing something. And I think without the hit markers, I think that it would be a little bit less enjoyable. I don't use the mini map, but I know a lot of you guys do, and I think, for that purpose, you should go ahead and enable that. The one thing I really hate is motion blur. I know they say it adds to the game experience, but what it adds to me is nausea. So I don't want to be in a game that has motion blur enabled. So bear in mind that you could always use the optimized video settings that are on here. However, I will stress to you that the video settings are going to be game preference. They will not be performance. They will not be quality. Maybe more on the quality side, but maybe not the quality that you need for your gameplay. So the graphics card that you have makes a huge difference. Now, my particular graphics card, as well as TUF Lady Lux, we have the exact same setup. We have the same AMD Ryzen 5 2600 processor. We have both 32 gigs of DDR4 3000 megahertz RAM, and we both are running NVMe PCIe M.2 SSDs. And our graphics cards both have about 8 gigs of GDDR5. I think it's still GDDR5. And we're also, we're sporting these HP 32-inch monitors, which gives us a nice little display area. Both of our monitors are 60 hertz, which gives us a pretty decent refresh rate. It's not pro gaming. It's not 144 or 288 or whatever it is now, but it is a decent. It's a decent refresh rate so that your eyes don't get so tired and blurred after hours of gaming. And so frames per second, I think that anything over 95 frames per second is more or less a waste. But if you want to test it out and see how many you can get, by all means clock it up there. But bear in mind that anything over about 70 or 80 frames a second, you're really not going to notice anything in game. So I'm going to turn mine back down because I don't want to leave it on there when I think it's not going to be, worth it. Okay. Field of FOV is field of view, and so this basically shows the real estate on the screen that you can look at and see. I like to have a bigger area, just like in the real world. Anything from left to right of my eyes, and all in front of me in this big, circular, half circular area is what I want to see. So that's why I have my field of view approximately at that size. Under your display resolution, render resolution, and pre-T2X, you guys can go through here and set yours the way you want. Mine is comfortable. I'm comfortable with mine the way it is, and there's things that I've decided that I didn't want. So as I scroll through, and like I said, you could pause the video whenever you want. Just take a look at what I have mine set on, and give it some effort. Try one thing, go out of it, and go into the game, come back, change it back. Play around with it a little bit and see what's good for you. You don't need all of these on extra and highest and everything else. I'm just telling you right now, it's not going to do anything for your gameplay. So I'm scrolling back up, and like I said, these are things that you can do on your own. So let's talk about chat. So I do have text chat enabled. Sometimes I wished I didn't. Sometimes I lash out at people, and people lash out at me, and it's obvious whenever we find an actual cheater on the game, we like to call them out, and they get off on the attention. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it. Valve Anti-Cheat, VAC, doesn't seem to be able to catch these, or they're not enforcing. I don't know, but there's been a lot of issue with cheaters in the game, and it frustrates us. Some of us have paid, to buy supply drops, and we've paid for season pass, and plus we paid for the game, and we bought Call of Duty points or whatever. And so let's just say that an average person that plays the game, if they've bought anything, and they've got the season pass, you're already somewhere around $100 and something for the game. So somebody that comes in and cheats on the game and screws up your enjoyment, they really should be banned. So Valve needs to really get on it. Long story short, you can disable your text chat or you can enable it. I definitely took off my Discord, the push to talk. We use TeamSpeak, which enables us to communicate as a squad, a clan, whatever you want to call us, and that gives us more of a privacy setting where we can actually experience each other. We have control. We can record conversations. We can ban people. We can move people to different channels, and those are the kind of things that we like. We like to have a little bit more of a solid silo, if you will, of trusted people that we can game with and have fun with. So you can do all of yours the same way. And what you can do also under, let's see, I wanted to show you guys the mouse settings for horizontal and vertical sensitivity. Turn it up real high if you want your mouse to move fast. Raw mouse input helps your mouse to perform a little bit better, I think. So my initial settings before I made any changes to my graphics, I was at 45 frames per second. After I changed my settings to the settings that I just showed you, my frame rate bumped up to 100. Now, that's double what the game allowed me, and a 1070 Ti video card's not a slouch. So keep that in mind whenever you guys are setting up your system and you're making tweaks. So with that being said, yesterday's video I showed you what my rank was and some of the things that I picked. I think that since then I have gone up several ranks, and I only played for about an hour last night. So I know my KDR isn't all that great, and I know my SPM's not all that great. But I didn't know this game whenever I started, and it took me a long time to get used to it. And I had to learn by, trial and error, how to fix things, how to make them good. But you now have the benefit of my wisdom, my knowledge coming straight to you, and hopefully this will save you some time and make your gameplay so much better. I do look forward to seeing you guys in the game. Please like and subscribe to the video, and I hope to see you on the game. Have a great day.